cosplay as Scott Hunter. You do look alike and you're both 1,000 years old. Okay, calm down. Thank you for saying that, though. He's very hot.
You will pet me, whether you like it or not.
And I'm going to tell you all about it, okay? First and foremost, ended the broadcast last night. And you know what I did? I dove immediately into Heated Rivalry, okay? I dove immediately into Heated Rivalry. And let me tell you, okay, I'm so glad I did. Because the first two episodes I watched of Heated Rivalry, well, they were all right. But they were like maybe a little heavy-handed on the gay sex and not necessarily too much on the plot side of things. Like, it wasn't as compelling for me. But I totally understand why they did that. And the reason why I understand why they did that is because they just basically tee you up for like, all the action that comes up afterwards. Like they basically are like, listen, if you have not like watched uninterrupted gay porn, like you're going to see a lot of dudes having sex with one another and you need to get used to it. Like they were like, get used to it. It's like a homophobe filter. It's a filter. The first two episodes are basically a filter for people who have not encountered like a lot of dudes having hot sex with one another action of that sort. I mean, it's just like, it's straight up. There's so much sex in it. It's just, I watched episode 1 and 2 and it was mostly just like, just ass cheeks getting clapped. So they basically hit that real quick. And then afterwards, it's just awesome. And the reason why I say that is because, no, I didn't watch it with my dad. The reason why I say that is because the third episode locked me in. Okay. That love story was so beautiful and it made me so happy and I loved it. Third episode, probably one of my favorite episodes. And then the fourth episode basically destroyed my soul. Like the I don't want to like spoil too much, you know what I mean? But like the third episode made me so happy. It was so cute. And then the fourth episode was when I was so sad. Okay. I watched it. I finished it, by the way. Wait for episode 5. You're going to love it. No, I watched it. And then obviously the apex of the show was incredible. I had tears, a little bit of tears. Like I didn't cry fully, but I almost crowed. Okay. I almost crowed. I will say that. Almost crowed on the moment when it happens. Okay. Now, couple thoughts about my feelings in general. Okay, my feelings about the show in general. Number one, it is pretty nutty, all things considered, like how intensely difficult it was, and still is to a certain degree, but nowhere near the same degree. It was to just be like a gay dude in like the early 2010s. Okay, like that's not that long ago. Okay, that's just not even that long ago. And when you think about it, and it's like, yeah, if you were at 2011, if you're like a gay dude playing hockey in 2011, it's just like you're not able to come out and be who you are like back then, certainly. And it's something that I think, even though I personally experienced that change and have obviously been engaged in advocacy so that change happens. Like I quite literally was my first experience in Los Angeles was like watching the first like legal gay marriage post national recognition, right? Like that's one of the first things I ever did when I stepped foot in Los Angeles. My uncle actually officiated a lesbian wedding outside of the LA courthouse. That was like one of my first experiences in LA. And like when I think about it, it's like, it is wild that wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago when there was like still so much social stigma, and there still is a lot of social stigma. Anyway, it's just crazy. Please cosplay as Scott Hunter. You do look alike and you're both 1,000 years old. Okay, calm down. Thank you for saying that, though. He's very hot. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got on that front. I take back what I said about Ilya. What a complex character he is. It was my mistake, okay? Because I was mad at Shane too, okay? At first I was like, Ilya, you know? Get your bisexual ass out of here. You're sucking everybody, okay? It's unacceptable. You know, not W hunger, L hunger. That's what I was saying in the first 2 episodes. I was like, my little autistic gay bottom Shane is getting destroyed. You're destroying his soul here, okay? And it turns out it's not biphobia, okay? Calm down. I'm not saying that he's not like actually bi or whatever. I'm just making a joke about W hunger, okay? W hunger for Ilya, but you know, he opened up later throughout the show, and I was wrong. You know, I'll let bygones be bygones. Also, I will say, I did see a little bit of myself in the gay autistic man, especially the way he carries himself through his normal, like not only his relationships, but just like his friendships in general. Like he is literally boring. He is so boring. Shane Hollander is so boring and so mission focused that it kind of made me feel a little angry about who I am as well. You know, it's just sometimes it's okay not to be so autistic about, like, you know, the one thing that you're really good at. Okay. It's just he is incapable of having a normal conversation. He is incapable of having a normal conversation with another human being. He's incapable of opening up to another human being. Like, get him talking about hockey and he'll just keep going for hours, right? But anything outside of like this rigid, like even dude, there were moments where he's talking to his family and they're like, you can have something except for a ginger ale, okay? And when he was like, no, I can't have even one sip of alcohol, I was like, that's me. I can't believe that I'm watching a half Japanese, half white Canadian gay version of myself on screen that plays hockey instead of being deeply invested in politics. Okay. It was up. Like Korean. No, I thought he was in the show. He's Japanese. I don't know. In the real world, he might be Korean, but so my point is, you know, I got to let loose a little bit. Okay. I got to let loose a little bit. And the show was great. It was a fantastic show. Except for the fact that no disrespect if you guys are, you know, if any of like the extras or any of the side characters are in here, but like, God, bro, with the exception of the two main characters, all the other side characters are just, it's so bad. The acting is so bad. The writing is good. The story is good. The story is compelling, but oh my Lord, dude, all of the other extras, all the other side characters, it's CW. It's CW. Like, I'm sorry. It was so CW. I feel bad, but it was so CW. It blew my mind. It's a Canadian production. Relax. It literally, it's okay. You can say the writing is bad. Like, I think the story is good. The writing is cheesy because it's like, I think it's like low-key supposed to be smut. Like for old ladies in Canada or something. But then but it's like the wheels that it's on is like a compelling story, if that makes sense. But you know, it was great. It was a compelling and very enjoyable show. I enjoyed it quite a bit in spite of the things that I was talking about. But yeah, what the Rose and Svetlana ate? Okay, Rose and Svetlana were fine. They were good. But the other, I'm just saying, a lot of the side characters were overacting, if that makes sense. And I don't know if it's because of the dialogue or I don't know if it was they were directed to do so, but like there were points where I was like, come on, dude, you could do better than this. But you just don't understand art. They had like 2 weeks to film it. Okay, everybody stop riding or dying for the show. I really, really liked it. Okay, I really liked it. I totally get why people are, you know, going crazy over it. I get it. It's a great show. W Canada, respect to Canada, Canada on top. Like I said, this only reaffirmed my commitment to the protracted People's War of Canada against the American imperialists. If we're being real, like once you guys rise up and take up arms when America tries to forcibly annex your country after a failed Albertan separatist movement and you know, American intervention that comes afterwards, I will be on the side of Canada in the war against the United States of America. And not just because I watched Heated Rivalry and enjoyed it. Do you think we're all leaning into escapism? Everything is right now? We want something joyful? Maybe.
You will pet me whether you like it or not.
The Piker Broadcasting Service is sponsored by you, the viewers, for you, the viewers. The Piker Broadcasting Service is where you get tomorrow's news today.
Whether you like it or not.